Hi everyone, I am Rajeshri here. In the previous video, I had presented an overview of the UI Studio. Now in this video, let us understand more about dashboards and app elements. In the previous session, we had built an app named Task Manager. So here is the app. Let us go ahead and open the app. We had also created a blank dashboard and that is shown here. Now let us click here and open the dashboard. In order to edit the dashboard, you need to go to the studio, and for that, click the edit icon over here. The UI Studio is opened. Now let us give a name to the dashboard. By default, the dashboard will have the name Untitled App. So just click here and give a new name. Save the dashboard. Now let us understand each of these app elements in detail. It is very easy to build an app element from the assets panel here. Once you build, it will be listed here and you can straight away add the element to the layout. Now let us see how to build each of these app elements now. A spreadsheet is the basic building block of an app. It forms the database of your app. In order to create a new spreadsheet, click here. As you can see, spreadsheet is an Excel-like interface where you can add and edit data. Now give a name to the spreadsheet. Click Save. Now click a column and start entering your data. You can add or remove columns from the spreadsheet. For that, just right-click and choose the option from here. You can set data types for the different column names or fields of the spreadsheet. Here, let us set the data type for the field target date. For that, just click the column. From the column settings here, choose the appropriate data type. Here I am choosing date as the data type. You can also choose a specific format. Now update the column settings. Let me enter a sample data now. Update the spreadsheet. You can see that the spreadsheet we just created is listed here. This is just the basics of a spreadsheet. I am not moving into further details. Now let us move on to the next element, which is the form. Form is an interface to input data to your database. That is an interface to add a new record or edit a record in the database. In order to create a new form, click here. This is the form builder page. Now give a name to the form. Click Save. Now select the spreadsheet from the drop-down list here. You can see that all the fields of the spreadsheet are listed here. Now click the arrow and move the fields to the form. Now save. Let us close the form builder now. You can see that the form is listed here. Now let us move on to the next element, which is the data list. Data list is an interface to view spreadsheet data. To create a new data list, click here. Give a name to the data list. Select the spreadsheet from the drop-down list here. You can see that the fields are listed here. Now click a column and click the plus icon for the field you want to move to this particular column. Here I am moving task name to the first column, owner to the second column, priority to the third column, and target date to the fourth column. You can add more columns to the data list by clicking Add Column. Now there are several built-in layouts for the data list. To view them, go to Layouts. You can find a lot of data list templates here. For the time being, let me cancel. Now the next step is we need to connect the form to this data list so that you can add a new record or edit a record in the data list. Otherwise, you only have the option to view the data list. So to connect the form, click here, choose the form and save your data list. You can see that the data list we just created is listed here. Now let us add the data list to the dashboard. For that, you can either click Add here or click Add Element. The elements we have built will be listed here. Now click Add to Canvas. The data list is now added to the dashboard. Now from the widget settings here, enable real time so that as you enter a new record, the data list gets updated in real time. Now choose the option as Append on top so that as you enter a new record, it gets updated to the topmost row of the data list. Now let us update the dashboard. Click View. You can see that there is an Add button here. On clicking the Add button, the form gets opened and you can add a new record. Now save the form. You can see that the new record gets added here. You can click on this row, the form gets opened and you can edit the details that you have entered. Now just update the form. Now let us go back to the studio. Let us move on to HTML cards. HTML cards are used for advanced UI. Instead of a normal list, we can display responsive cards such as summary cards and welcome cards using HTML and CSS. In order to build a new card, click here. Click here and give a name to the card. There is a coding panel and a preview panel. This is where you enter the code and once you save it, you get the preview of the card here. There are two kinds of layouts, vertical and horizontal. Now let me enter a sample code here. Click Save Changes. So this is the card. You can edit the text in this HTML card. As an example, let me replace the text Smart CRM. I am giving it as Task Manager. Now click Save Changes. So you can see the change here. Now let us close the card builder and add it to the dashboard. For that, just click Add. You can see that the card has been added to the dashboard. Now let us move on to the next element, which is the grid. Grid is used for a simple representation of data. To create a new grid, click here. Give a name to the grid. Select the spreadsheet from here. The fields are listed here. Now click the plus icon and move the fields to the grid column. Click Save and View. You get the preview of the grid here. Now let us close the grid builder. The grid we have just created is listed here. Now let us add it to the dashboard. The grid has been added to the dashboard now. Let us move on to charts. As you know, chart is used for a visual and analytical representation of data. To help you understand, let me create a sample spreadsheet. I'm having two column names, status and count. In order to build a chart, click here. Give a name to the chart. Select the spreadsheet from the drop-down list here. Here I am choosing the spreadsheet sample. Now in order to display a chart, you need an X value and a Y value. Here I am choosing status as the X value and count as the Y value. Click Save and View. You get the preview of the chart here. You can select any type of chart from the drop-down list here. For example, column, or 3D pie. Now let us add the chart to our dashboard. You can see that the chart has been added to the dashboard. We have added all the elements to the dashboard. Now let us rearrange the elements in order to design an appealing dashboard. Yes, we have rearranged the elements. Let us update the dashboard now. Click View. So this is our final dashboard. You can click on a row and the form gets opened. So that's all for this session. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.